Roselyne Bachelot Narquin, generally known as Roselyne Bachelot, is a French politician who has been serving as Minister of Culture in the government of Prime Minister Jean Castex since July 2020. In the past, she has served as Minister of Solidarity and Social Cohesion. She was a member of the Union for a Popular Movement, which was part of the European People's Party. Bachelot was born as Roselyne Narquin on 24 December 1946 in Nevers, France. Her father Jean Narquin was a resistant and Gaullist depute, and her mother was Awet Ledoux, a native from Gorine, both dentists. She has a brother, Jean-Yves Narquin, who ran for the European Parliament as a member of the National Front in 2015. Bachelot received a doctorate in pharmacy from 1988 until 2002 and again in 2007. Bachelot was a member of the National Assembly, representing Maine-et-Loir's 1st constituency. During that time, she served on the Committee on Cultural Affairs. From 2004 until 2007, Bachelot served as a member of the European Parliament for the West of France. She was a member of the European Parliament's Committee on Employment and Social Affairs. She also was a substitute on the Committee on Industry, Research and Energy, a member of the Delegation for Relations with the Palestinian Legislative Council, and a substitute for the Delegation for Relations with Israel. From 2007 until 2010, Bachelot served as French Minister for Health and Sports. Since French ministers cannot be members of Parliament, she was forced to give up her seat in the European Parliament. During her time in office, Bachelot implemented the planned prohibition on smoking in restaurants, bars, discos, casinos and other commercial pleasure enterprises in 2008. She notably issued a warning against excessive mobile phone use, especially by children. Also in 2008, she publicly endorsed legislation introduced by Valérie Boyer which would have made the promotion of extreme dieting a crime punishable by up to 2 years in prison and a fine of some $45,000. It passed the French lower house, but later failed in the Senate. She also encouraged the National Assembly of France to change the legal age to purchase alcohol in France from 16 to 18. The new law took effect in July 2009. In 2009, Bachelot ordered 94 million vaccines from Sanofi Pasteur, GlaxoSmithKline, Novartis and Baxter International for the French government at a cost of €869 million to fight against the H1N1 influenza virus. However, less than 10% of French population had been vaccinated by the end of the winter. She later cancelled over half the flu vaccines ordered to combat the virus, in an effort to head off criticism after reserving too many shots. In June 2010, Bachelot made headlines when she reduced some players of the France national football team to tears, after the French players protested by refusing to practice in the 2010 FIFA World Cup. Dominic, head coach at the time, called the strike an aberration, an imbecility, a stupidity without name. Monday, during a following meeting, Roselyne Bachelot said, "It's your kids, our children, for whom perhaps you will no longer be heroes. It is the dreams of your partners, your friends, your fans that you have perhaps broken. You have tarnished the image of France." In November 2010, Bachelot was appointed Minister of Social Affairs alongside Marie-Anne Montchamp and Claude Greff. In the third François Fillon government, she was supposed to reform the public healthcare system for elderly people. But, due to the budgetary restrictions made necessary by the 2008 to 2012 global recession, she had to abandon any reform project. After the victory of François Hollande at the French presidential election in 2012, she was replaced by Marisol Touraine. She announced that she would support former Prime Minister François Fillon for the presidency of the Union for a Popular Movement. From 2012, Bachelot was a contributor in the French adaptation of The View alongside two former Evening News anchor Laurence Ferrari and others. In March 2016, Bachelot commented on Rafael Nadal's 2012-2013 injury, stating, "On s'était pu presque la fameuse blessure de Rafael Nadal qui a entraîné cette mois d'arrêt de Competition stress certainment due a uncontrollé positive. In response, Nadal sued Bachelot over her comments in April 2016. The case was won by Nadal in November 2017, with Bachelot ordered to pay him €12,000. In a 2016 op-ed published by Sunday newspaper Le Journal du Dimanche, Bachelot joined 16 other high-profile women from across the political spectrum, including Elizabeth Guigou, Christine Lagarde, and Valérie Pécresse, in making a public vow to expose all sexist remarks, inappropriate gestures and behavior. On the eve of International Women's Day in 2018, Bachelot, alongside Marlene Schiappa and others, appeared in a performance of Yves Les Vagina monologues at the Bobino Theatre in Paris. On July 6, 2020, Bachelot was appointed Minister of Culture.